The powerful Zenith Alliance, a group of highly developed extraterrestrial beings, had expanded its power over innumerable star systems, earning a reputation for ruthless conquest. Their devastating efficiency and brutality left entire cultures in ruins, absorbing their resources without hesitation. Their superiority was uncontested, their technology unmatched, and their strategies honed over decades of conquest. When they turned their attention to Earth, they anticipated an easy victory. Humanity was just another backward species, one that would undoubtedly surrender when faced with overwhelming force. The invasion was decided upon without much thought. Earth would be a swift conquest, barely worth mentioning in the Zenith Alliance's long history of dominance. When the first wave of the Zenith invasion struck, the effect was instantaneous and devastating. Their massive, sophisticated vessels breached Earth's defenses with ease. Cities crumbled under relentless fire, and the skies burned with the glow of alien engines. The sheer magnitude and intensity of the assault took humanity by surprise. Communication networks collapsed, and military forces struggled to mount an effective defense. Zenith weaponry was far superior to anything Earth had encountered before. Their energy beams cut through the atmosphere with deadly precision. Local authorities scrambled, military commanders issued desperate orders, but against the coordinated assault of the Zenith, these efforts seemed futile. As the invaders advanced, with surgical precision, the outcome appeared inevitable. But then, amid the chaos, one figure emerged who would change the course of the war: General Samantha Hayes. Renowned for her unconventional tactics and sharp intelligence, Hayes quickly assessed the situation. She realized that Earth's conventional methods would only lead to inevitable defeat. The Zenith Alliance was too strong, too coordinated. But where others saw doom, Hayes saw opportunity. She recognized the Zenith's overconfidence in their own superiority and devised a plan to turn it against them. Instead of meeting the invaders head-on, humanity would fight from the shadows, disrupting supply lines, targeting critical systems, and vanishing before the Zenith could retaliate. Guerrilla warfare would be their weapon. Hayes also saw an advantage in using the enemy's own technology against them. Cyber warfare teams hacked into Zenith communication networks, feeding them false information and disrupting their coordination. The strategy was risky, but it was the only way to level the playing field. With unwavering determination, Hayes rallied Earth's remaining forces. The world, still in shock from the initial attack, began to fight back. Under her leadership, humanity struck with precision and ferocity, hitting Zenith outposts, ambushing patrols, and sabotaging key infrastructure. The invaders, accustomed to overwhelming their enemies with sheer power, were caught off guard. For the first time since the invasion began, the Zenith faced resistance they couldn't easily crush. Their self-assurance began to falter. Humanity, they realized, was far from the easy prey they had expected. The tide was turning. Scientists and engineers worked tirelessly to reverse-engineer captured Zenith technology. What once seemed beyond human comprehension became a new source of power. Soon, Earth's forces were equipped with hybrid weapons, combining human ingenuity with Zenith energy systems. These new weapons pierced Zenith armor and neutralized energy shields, evening the odds. Armed with these advancements, Earth's forces intensified their guerrilla campaign. They struck supply convoys, disrupted command centers, and launched relentless surprise attacks deep within enemy territory. The Zenith, unaccustomed to such unpredictable warfare, found themselves outmaneuvered at every turn. Cyber warfare played a crucial role. Hackers infiltrated Zenith systems, feeding them misinformation, jamming their signals, and even turning their automated defenses against them. The once invincible invaders found themselves in disarray. Under the relentless pressure, the mighty Zenith Alliance began to crack. What was supposed to be a swift conquest had turned into a grueling, prolonged war. Internal divisions emerged among Zenith leadership, some pushing for harsher measures, others advocating a strategic retreat. The longer the war dragged on, the more it became clear they were losing control. Earth, once on the brink of annihilation, was now pushing back. The stories of human resilience and ingenuity spread, inspiring more to fight. Soldiers who led daring raids, scientists who deciphered alien tech, and leaders who refused to surrender became symbols of defiance. Humanity was no longer just surviving, it was preparing to win. Desperate, the Zenith unleashed their most destructive weapons, planet-cracking missiles, orbital bombardments, and bioweapons designed to wipe out entire populations. They sought to break humanity's spirit through sheer terror. Cities turned to ash, entire regions became uninhabitable, and millions perished. But instead of breaking, humanity only grew more determined. The relentless onslaught only fueled Earth's resolve. Every loss was met with renewed fury. Every battle turned into a test of endurance, where human adaptability and sheer willpower overcame the Zenith's brute strength. Then came the turning point. At the Battle of New Horizon, a last-minute defense using salvaged alien technology changed the course of the war. At Black Mesa, a small group of fighters held out against overwhelming odds, inspiring global resistance. Humanity was no longer on the defensive. It was taking the fight to the zenith. The war that was meant to be over in days stretched into months, then years. The zenith, once unstoppable, were now retreating. And for the first time in their history, they faced the terrifying reality of defeat. This was no longer a war of conquest. It was a war of survival, for both sides. Earth's forces managed to hold out against a far more powerful adversary, employing the landscape and guerrilla warfare to their advantage, causing significant losses to the Zenith. Before taking the wheel, General Hayes played a vital role in their return, keeping the momentum going. Her leadership maintained a positive attitude despite the worst hours, forcing her to continue innovating and staying ahead of the curve. Prior to the invasion, she had already emerged as the representation of Earth's fighting spirit. Her tactics were changing the tide in conflicts that once seemed lost in the growing war. According to Earth's experts, a breakthrough had been made. One that would prove to be a revolution in relentless warfare. Through investigation and analysis, they discovered a significant flaw in Zenith technology, an unnoticed weakness in the energy matrix that powered their most sophisticated weaponry and shields. Some scientists even uncovered a biological susceptibility within the Zenith species itself, a weakness that could be exploited to fracture their unity on the battlefield. This revelation drastically shifted the power dynamics. Acknowledging its strategic significance, General Hayes swiftly devised a bold plan. A direct assault on the Zenith's main command center or fleet. By targeting this vulnerability, Earth's forces could disable their defenses and deliver a devastating strike. It was a dangerous gamble, but if successful, it could end the war in a single decisive battle. With this strategy in place, Earth's forces began preparations for the ultimate confrontation. Across the planet, final resources were gathered. Weapons were fine-tuned, and soldiers were given their final rallying words. Engineers worked tirelessly to adjust their systems, while leaders gave speeches to inspire the troops. On the Zenith side, unease grew as they prepared for the inevitable conflict. Both sides knew that this battle would decide the fate of Earth and the future of the Zenith Alliance. Tension ran high. This was the calm before the storm. Then the final clash erupted. Earth's forces launched a carefully planned assault against the Zenith's strongest positions, both in space and on the ground. Massive fleets clashed in orbit with Earth's ships, supported by alien allies and reverse-engineered technology, fighting like a cornered beast against the mighty Zenith Armada. Meanwhile, on the surface, battalions armed with hybrid weaponry stormed Zenith strongholds. The battle was immense, spanning continents and reaching into the sky. In the opening stages, Earth's forces achieved both victories and setbacks. Their initial strikes breached several of the Zenith's defenses, yet the enemy quickly reorganized, leveraging their technological superiority and well-fortified positions. The conflict teetered on the edge, victory hanging in the balance as both sides unleashed everything they had in a final effort to dominate. But then, the turning point arrived. Earth's forces executed their plan. Targeting the critical weakness in Zenith technology, they launched coordinated strikes, hitting the energy matrix flaws in Zenith ships and shields. As the strategy unfolded, Zenith warships, once thought indestructible, began to flicker and fail. Their defenses, once impenetrable, were now vulnerable. Ground forces seized the opportunity, launching concentrated assaults against Zenith positions that were now exposed. The battle's momentum shifted drastically. The Zenith, who had once ruled the battlefield, suddenly found themselves on the defensive, their unity crumbling under the pressure. General Hayes' leadership was pivotal. She directed the final offensive with unwavering determination, systematically, dismantling the Zenith's forces. When the enemy began to fall apart, Earth's pilots and troops surged forward with renewed vigor. They could sense victory within their grasp. The Zenith made one final stand, rallying around their command center in a desperate attempt to turn the tide. But Earth's soldiers pressed on. Every inch of the battlefield was fiercely contested. The Zenith, once so assured of their superiority, now fought like a caged beast, unwilling to accept defeat. Yet no matter how hard they fought, Earth's relentless assault took its toll. One by one, their command structures collapsed, their defenses shattered. Key Zenith leaders were either eliminated or forced into retreat. Their resistance, once formidable, was finally broken. Earth's forces stormed the Zenith command center, breaching their final defenses. With no other choice, the remaining Zenith troops either surrendered or fled. The war was over. Earth had won.